What's up, people? Hotep Jesus. We back with another sharp conversation with Hotep Jesus. As you already know, I'm a 3-time tech startup co-founder. 4 technically. Still working out kinks on that last AI company where we're dealing in deep fakes. So look out for that. Wazo AI, camera vision, analytics, and security. Shout out to Jazzy, our first major investor, committed to 100K to get that thing jumped off. I had a meeting with the team today. The UI looks amazing. The new UI looks absolutely freaking amazing. Yes, it's no longer uncomfortable. Uncomfortable Conversations was taken by 1 million people on Apple, so it's now called Sharp Conversations with Hotep Jesus. Shout out to Reanimation in the chat. But yeah, Wazo, great things are happening there. If anybody wants to make a serious fat commission, this is a great opportunity for you to sell a great product. Get in touch with me and we'll get you scheduled with my team to have a demo, run you through the capabilities of what we can do. But basically anything that goes in front of a camera, we can analyze. For example, there's a lot of people that need to be COVID compliant, so we can do things like social distancing. We can do things security wise. We can do animal detection, license plate detection. We can do path tracking and a whole bunch of other things with the AI analytics, and then provide data. We can even analyze genders and tell you how many women came in your store, how many men came in your store, what kind of shirt, what kind of clothing they were wearing, potential ages, and a lot of other things to optimize the retail space. We can do a lot of things in the warehouses space. So sometimes we need to know, are employees wearing their masks, or are employees idle? You know, it's a lot of things that we can do as far as tracking the employees of a business to make sure that things are running efficiently. As far as safety is concerned, your employees might slip and fall. We can do fall detection. There might be a spill. We can alert you immediately if there's a spill or some kind of, something falls off a shelf. We can immediately alert you. But there's a whole bunch of things that can happen. Also, coinbitsapp.com. We are the easiest on-ramp into the Bitcoin world. It's only $1 per transaction. One of our users over the past week boasted that his account was performing much better than his 401k, and I fully expect it to. 401ks aren't exactly the best investment vehicle. I think there are a lot of people they're forced on, but we're not trying to compete with the 401k. We just want to introduce people to Bitcoin, and I think a safe thing to do is invest 5 to 10% of your wealth at least in Bitcoin, and get some investment exposure to cryptocurrency. And we're looking at adding some coins in the future, but for right now, we're just want to make sure that the product is great. We added a new feature over the summer where you can just set an amount. If you want to invest $10, $20 and just set it and forget it, it'll automatically invest that. And that's the best way to do it. Dollar cost average, buy a little bit each week over time and let those things stack those sats. And of course, shout out to Simone, founder of Jiffa Ties, my partner, an iPhone app. Great for content creators, empowering all the content creators and grifters alike. On the Twitter platform, allows you to download GIFs and videos from Twitter. Android version is in the works. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify or even YouTube, please subscribe. On Apple, please leave a review, 5-star review. Tell them how badass this podcast is. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. Oh, snap, my homie's in the building. Kia Kelly. What up, homie? He's a great illustrator. If anybody, drop your link in the box, bro. If anybody is looking for a graphic designer, illustrator, man, he's the freaking man. Great to have you here, Taylor. Great to have you here with us today. Super chats, Sir Bubba Hotep 499. He says, shout out to Steph for keeping Kwanzaa Hotep and build. Oh yeah. Noah Roberts 199 super chat. He said, power out. But I couldn't miss this. My man, we got an epic conversation today. We are speaking with the incomparable, the notable, the infamous, the real estate guru.
Hey, man, I don't even know if that's cool, but
Stefan Grant. What's up, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm doing well, man. Can't complain. How you doing, man?
Life is absolutely freaking amazing, man.
Indeed.
Absolutely amazing. I apologize. I didn't exactly set your name. I think it's fixed now. Let me just make sure. I just want to make sure your name.
Mm.
Yep, it's fixed now. It says your name right anything. So that's all good to go. My brother, we've been in contact. I think me and you linked up in Miami. I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, probably about like 4 years ago now. Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't spend a lot of time reading the timeline. I go to the trends, I go to my
Mhm.
mentions, and I log off. I can't be, social media gives me anxiety. I'll be honest
Oh, bro. Yes. Yes.
with
Same.
you.
No, seriously. Same though. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be cussing people out. So I try not to spend too much time on there. I get my message out and I bounce. But
Mhm.
I've watched your journey over the years. Beautiful to watch somebody to be, yes, this is live. Beautiful to watch somebody grow in this space. But the first thing I want to hop into is, there's one thing that connects you and I. Um,
Mhm.
I am what people would call a half breed, but you are 100% Jamaican. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Born in Jamaica.
Born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
What part?
Montego Bay.
Mo Bay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's resort country.
Yeah, it's a resort country. It's the second biggest city in Jamaica. I mean, very touristy, but also it's getting kind of wild right now too. It's kind of like the new Kingston in a lot of ways. But yeah,
What do you mean getting wild? Like how?
I mean, so the last few. I mean, well, here's the thing. First thing I want to say, because I mean, I got to be politically correct and on point, and very patriotic. Jamaica is a beautiful country. It's been making rapid advances on economic and social levels, like especially over the past couple of years. So big ups to that. But so one of the things the reason why I say it's kind of a new Kingston is because Kingston has been known for its crime and violence and whatever else.
Mm.
And like I was in Kingston last year, and for the first time in many years, I was in Kingston, and I felt like like I could move back home and be comfortable. Like that's how forward Kingston is moving, and things are moving forward in Montego Bay as well. But I mean, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the kind of scamming thing going on right now. So you got that happening, and
Scamming
like
how?
so.
Like swiping, like in New York?
Oh, so not really. So it's kind of different, right? So what they'll do is they'll get like a call list of like a bunch of old folks, right? Elderly people in America. And they'll tell them like, yo, like you won the lottery, right? Like you won $1 million or something like that. But to get the $1 million check, you got to pay like a transaction fee of like 50 bands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it isn't funny. I shouldn't laugh, but
It's like the Nigerian scam.
yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying? It's like the whole new millennium joint. So you got to send like a $50,000 transaction fee to get your bread. And like these folks will send their pension or social security or whatever, send it to Jamaica. And like 50 bands gone. But then like folks will hit the same folks like, hey, so we got the first payment, but we're still having a little bit of issue. Like hit folks up 2-3 times, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Seriously.
I feel like if you fall for some shit like that, you need to just be donating to Jamaica.
Man.
You should just take the L and say, you know what, my dumb ass, the person that scammed you out that money deserves. And you
Basically,
deserve not to have that money, in my personal opinion.
Like they got to work for that. I mean, like they put on American accents. Like it's deep. It's deep, brother. It's very deep.
Man, yeah, I got family still down there. I got a brother through not blood brother, but my parents support a Jamaican kid down there.
Nice.
And he just bought his first house.
Wow.
I believe in Mo Bay, so it's beautiful. But yeah, I'm not as familiar with Jamaica probably as you are, but I'm probably way more familiar than the average person in America. So the scamming stuff is happening. I mean, you're gonna get that when you have poverty, right?
Yeah. But here's the thing. So that's happening. But even beyond all that, what a lot of people don't know is that Jamaica actually had and might still have the #1 stock market like on planet Earth, like the #1 performing stock market, right? So that's the first thing.
Really?
You got a lot of yes, like you can look this up. Like we were on Bloomberg. I believe the head of the financial sector or something. I can't remember her exact title, but they like let her ring the bell down at Wall Street and like the whole nine. And like Jamaica is doing very well on that sector. I believe we're one of the fastest countries, if not the fastest country, paying back our IMF debt way ahead of schedule. The currency is holding very strong. We're currently building what will be the biggest port in the Eastern Hemisphere, or I should say in the Western Hemisphere, straight from like literally from here to, or from Jamaica to the Panama Canal. It's a straight shot, literally. So where Jamaica is located, just you know what I'm saying, geographically, it's perfect. I mean, and we're an English speaking nation, so Jamaica's future is very bright. Of course, we got a couple of things to work out, but Jamaica's definitely on the move, man. For sure.
Yeah. I know there's Hoodies, you know, is has been a problem, and you know, some other violence, but I think you're gonna get that with any so-called third world nation. But the island's beautiful, the people are beautiful. I think that Jamaica's problem has been similar to Africa, where you got the Chinese and the French and the English come and buy up some of the natural resources, and some of that stuff doesn't trickle down back to the people. And during my father's generation, there was a brain drain. Are you familiar with the brain drain that they do?
Oh, bro, what you mean? If you want to go straight to the socialism sucks part of the conversation, we can. You know
let's hop right to that.
We can fast forward. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man. Folks talk about democratic socialism like it's the remix and it's this new thing. But here's the thing: a lot of folks don't know is that in a lot of ways, like Jamaica experienced that first, and the intentions were positive, which is what I believe a lot of them always are, right? But Jamaica experienced democratic socialism firsthand, and we paid a very vicious price for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a real thing.
Can you expound upon that point?
So I believe the prime minister was Michael Manley, and the son of Norman Manley, right? So I mean, like one, and this is the irony of socialism in a lot of ways, because all of the socialists that I know personally, I love them dearly. They're all great people, my homies, but they all paid. They're all very well paid. Like they're all, you know what I'm saying, like balling for real. Like one of my, you know what I'm saying, like they got bread, you know what I'm saying? So Michael Manley is a prototypical of that sense of like, his father was Norman Manley. They came from a wealthy kind of like mulatto, you know what I'm saying, family in Jamaica, right? Especially in those times. So he was wealthy, educated, the whole nine, right? So, but his whole thing was, I'm educated, I'm wealthy, but our country's struggling and our people are struggling. How can we kind of even things out a bit, right? So his philosophy was, well, we're gonna nationalize everything, well, a lot of things, and it's going to be free education, which in a lot of ways was actually dope, because I mean, it boosted the literacy rates. I mean, like there are benefits in certain aspects, but there was a brain drain because I mean, the taxes and just different things that went along with it had people like, it doesn't make sense for me to build my business here and to stay here and live here. So they took their businesses, they took their ideas, they took their world-renowned Jamaican work ethic, and you know what I'm saying, around the world. So, I mean, and here's the thing about it: there, as sad as it is, as weird as it is, there are some benefits to that, because I mean, Jamaican culture and our people have spread around the planet, literally everywhere. A lot of ways due to that, right? And like wherever Jamaicans go, like we make a name for ourselves, and we have a very positive reputation. But I mean, I would have loved for a lot of that innovation, that ingenuity, that progress, a lot of that to stay in Jamaica, because a lot of that trickles down. Whether I'm saying, because everybody isn't an entrepreneur, a thinker, or whatever, right? But they can benefit from those who do these things and build these things, right? So I wish Jamaica had a lot more of that. We are getting a lot of that more now, but yeah, man. So that was a big part of what kind of had us off. And matter of fact, let me backtrack a bit. Okay. A lot of people don't know is that in the 60s, Jamaica had the #1 rising economy in the world. Like faster than America, a stronger currency than America as well, right? And this was in the 60s. Like we had natural resources, tourism was booming. Like we were literally, bro, Jamaica's history, I mean, we could talk about it all day, but like we had the first like electrically lit hotels, the first like cross country trains. Like, yeah, bro, like we had electricity in Jamaica before America had it, like widespread in a lot of ways. And I'm saying, like, yeah, it's real. It's very real.
Yeah. So
and actually, like, double check that. 'Cause I know your followers be, you Negroes wouldn't invent that. So double check me. It's something close to that, but yeah, man.
We was Tesla, nigga. We was Tesla.
Man, look, if you want to get real Hotep, hey, look, back in Kemet, we had, you know what I'm saying, flying helicopters. And well, look, he was kings though, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I mean, we got helicopters on the. It was like, we ain't gonna go there with our spaceships. But let's talk about like what happened to cause some of the downturn from that prosperous moment in the 60s, right? So I think you're contributing a lot of that downturn to socialism. Am I correct in that?
I mean, democratic socialism or socialist policies, because I mean, a lot of that sounds good in theory and on paper, and the intentions I believe are pure, but the results are very bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the results. I mean, they always say, I mean, well, real socialism hasn't, fam, like it has, and it's trash. You know what I'm saying? So like, it just is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. So true. And so, for example, right? People want to bring the democratic socialism to America, and 50 Cent came out last week and in support of Trump due to the taxes, right? And people are talking about, oh, well, these rich people, they need to be paying taxes. And I don't think what they realize is, if you look at Jamaica as an example of how these business people will just pick up and move and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then your nation suffers.
Yeah. I mean, and people don't think about the fact that, I mean, yeah, tax the rich, do all that, you know what I'm saying? But like, what you don't factor in is like, fam, you tax the rich, you think they're just going to eat that cost and say, well, you know, I guess it is what it is. Fam, you're going to eat that cost. And that's going to be trickled down to you. Like, you're going to take that L. You might not have a job because, hey, I'm taxed out. I can only afford to keep, you know what I'm saying? I can't keep all four of y'all. I got to keep like two of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I might got to bring somebody. I might got to bring an illegal in because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really is that real. You know what I'm saying? So like don't. I mean, and here's the thing, man. Like, nobody's like, $15 an hour, you shouldn't get it, and da 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 da. Like, fam, like me personally, I want everybody to have at least a level of comfort where they can enjoy life. You're not stressed out. You're not worried about where your next meal is coming from. Like, I would honestly love for that to be the case, and I think that in a lot of ways it really is possible. Like, I mean, I'm an idealist in a lot of ways, but I do believe in a concept called conscious capitalism, where people can build things that benefit the world, and we don't have to take advantage of people and oppress others and mess up the natural resources and do whatever else, you know what I'm saying? Because in a lot of ways, capitalism breeds innovation, and I think that we're getting closer to how do we make money and sustain ourselves, but also do good for people, do good for the planet, and push us toward our, you know what I'm saying, what humanity's potential really can be. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that's mastery of the ego, because when you look at socialism and its death toll, you know, it's in
a million.
Yeah, I want to say in the 100 millions. And that's not even factoring the people hurt by the economic. You know, we talk about Mao and Stalin, just those two guys, their death toll. But another thing I want to talk about is, are you familiar with how Cali is trying to force Uber, I think it's to W-2 employees now or something like that?
Hey, bruh, let me tell you something, fam. I was in LA a month ago, 2 months ago, right? And I get, like, we take an Uber from the airport, and the Uber driver was a Mexican dude, super chill Mexican dude. And it was almost destiny for us to get him and have that conversation, because I missed the first Uber and this one came over and replaced him. And we hop in the car and we're driving. And it's a nice little ride from LAX to downtown where we were staying. So we're in the car, and I'm asking him like how he likes driving Uber, you know what I'm saying, kind of sparking him conversation a little bit. And he says he loves it. He says like he hasn't really been able to drive because of COVID, but like things kind of been opening back up. And then he starts talking about how they want to make them like W-2 employees and do all these things, and how like literally that night, like they were going to shut down the next day. Like that's the day we landed. So we get to the hotel, turn on the TV, like we're seeing commercials and all that, like for like the whole thing. And like basically his whole conversation, he's like, man, like I like driving whenever I want to. I like being able to make my money. I like my independence. I don't really want to be W-2. Like I get maybe there are some benefits of that, but like I'm not looking for that. I'm not asking for that. Like this is like my side hustle. So there was that. And like that was kind of a precursor, but a couple days later we get another Uber because they hadn't shut it down yet, right? So we got another Uber, and my G, it's a black dude driving the Uber, and regular black dude like me and you, like, yo, what's up? Like regular black dude, right?
Homie, yeah.
The homie, yeah. So we're riding, and I'm talking to him same way, like how you like driving Uber, da da da. And regular conversation, it starts, and then it immediately went left. And really, I should say it went right, because dog was red pilled all the way. You feel me? Like this wasn't some TPUSA black dude who's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to them, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, this was like a regular brother, you know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, he really went on some, yo, I'm about to vote Trump 2020. Like, yo, like, I don't even like all the super liberal stuff. Like, yo, he got them folks reading the kids in the library. I was like, bro, he went there, my G. He went, I'm talking about like, bro could have been on InfoWars. Like, I'm like, but like, the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, this is Cali? Like, this is super liberal, leftist, California, like, nah, this ain't LA, my G. Like, they were all like, and here's the thing, my folks who aren't even really political, they're complaining about things like my homie, like Florida dude, cool dude, like doing his thing out there. He's been living in LA for 10 years. And he's like, bro, the homelessness used to be like around Skid Row and kind of confined to that. And now the homelessness is all across LA, bro, from Beverly Hills to like everywhere. And like, the thing about it too is like, there's just trash everywhere. Like, it's just like, I know we're talking about Uber, but like,
no, keep going.
Like, yeah, like, bro, like there's a problem out there, my
yes.
G. Like legit. And here's the thing, like you can, like we're all tapped into right-leaning media. I mean, and here's the thing, like you can't help but see media on the left, but right media is like California's a cesspool, this and that, and like you could be like, yeah, but like you gotta see it. And like, fam, like we saw, and here's the thing, like my girl was like low-key disappointed because it was her first time going to Cali. So I actually brought her out there for our anniversary. So she's expecting Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Beverly Hills Cop.
Palm
like,
trees.
Like, yeah, like fam, like we got that, but we had to like move the trash out the way and step over this homeless dude and watch out for the syringe, you know what I'm saying? Like it was very, very real out there, my G. So yeah.
Yeah, they I mean, all right, so let's reel back in.
That's dissected, yeah.
No, that was all great. Let's reel back in and come back to the Uber thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the drivers don't want it.
No.
It removes their independence.
Yeah.
And what I think is going to happen, just like trying to tax the rich, it's going to push these corporations to move to automation faster.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of you having an Uber driver, you're going to have some W-2 wage illegal alien sitting in the car just monitoring the autonomous vehicle.
Yep.
And then people are going to be back on the unemployment line because you're taking away their ability to be independent contractors. There are benefits to being an independent contractor. That W-2 wage employee life ain't for everybody. Yeah. And they're trying to do that to force Uber into paying for, health insurance, so on and so forth. And it's like, did y'all even ask the drivers if they wanted this stuff? Because this is exactly what happened in New York, right? Like New York had, all the taxis, then Uber came in and disrupted the industry, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody complaining because like we can't compete with Uber because we have all these expenses such as insurance and W-2 wage, all of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So, I feel like it's just gonna. All right, so let me ask you this: mm-hmm. You got these rich friends that are socialists. Mm-hmm. Why do you think they choose to be socialists?
I think it's a couple of reasons.
Okay.
One, I sincerely believe. Well, I sincerely believe they're good people. They wouldn't be my friends if they weren't good people. So that's the first thing. And I think that a lot of people, it's easy. We're marketers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Socialism's easy to market because it's like, don't you care about people, fam? Like, aren't you like socials in the word? Like, we care about humans, you know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't you want to be down for this? It's like,
it's emotional.
All right. It's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's emotional. So as somebody who is a good person or wants to, you know what I'm saying, be a good person, you're going to align with that. So that's the first thing. But what I really think that it is that it's like survivor's remorse. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like you live at a level of comfort, like you almost feel guilty about it. And it's like, yo, this is like, maybe this is too good. You know what I'm saying? And then folks are hating on you and you're kind of like, damn, maybe I don't need, you know what I'm saying, all this much for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that it's a lot of that. And like, as human beings, we can, first of all, here's the thing about it. As human beings, like we almost crave adversity in some form or fashion. Okay. So like it like might also be some form of masochism. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like I don't even want all this shit. Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a part of that, but this is also just me totally psychoanalyzing on some random bullshit. But I think that I think it starts with people genuinely wanting to be good, but there's that. But I think it's a, I don't know, man. Like,
do you think there's a lack of education around what capitalism truly is and what socialism truly is?
I think that it's not just a lack of education. Really, primarily what it is indoctrination, right? Because capitalism really just has a bad connotation, right? Like it's capitalism. You're capitalizing on people, and you know what I'm saying. And like people go with the definition that capitalism is based in slavery or comes from slavery, but I don't adhere to that thinking. You know what I'm saying? My thinking is that money and dollars are just the most recent manifestation of a concept that always was and always will be. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, like you and I are having this conversation. You and I have been following each other for years. You know what I'm saying? Like I get tons of game from you. I love your energy, love what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like you got respect for what I do. You know what I'm saying?
And I get game from you too. Absolutely.
And that in itself is capitalism because there's value. I'm receiving value. You're receiving value, and that's an exchange. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And both parties know neither party was robbed, neither party was wronged. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that. So even if it wasn't dollar bills, it'd be shells. You know what I'm saying? It'd be gold coins. You know what I'm saying?
You read the Bitcoin Standard, didn't you?
I didn't, but I have common sense.
Oh, you know okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like here's the thing. It's like, bro, if it ain't shells, it's cows, it's goats, it's whatever form of value it is. The only reason dollars even really exist is like, yo, if like it was like a barter system, but if you got fish and I got bread, but you don't want bread and I want fish, then how the hell are we gonna exchange value? Matter of fact, yo, I got a bunch of value in this. You take this, I'm gonna get that, and like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like really, it's about simplicity. So
yes.
I think that really people aren't educated on it enough. And I think here's my story too, bro. I was at Occupy Wall Street.
Me too.
I performed at Occupy DC with Dead Prez and all that. I like grassroots activism. I was all up in that. You feel me? Like my OGs are real socialist comrades and all that. You feel me? But the thing about it is that like what I realized is I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and having an entrepreneurial spirit and being a socialist is very conflicting. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. But as I read
and you're Jamaican, so you got to have tree job.
Man, I got like 8. You feel me? So it's a real thing. But like when I started reading up on the stories of successful people, from like your old robber barons to like your general success stories, a lot of these people came from absolutely nothing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like really like had really hard stories. They went through tragedies that they had to, you know what I'm saying, persevere, like all that to make their dreams come to life. You know what I'm saying? So like when I see that, I'm like, yo, like it's possible for all of us. You feel me? And it's definitely possible for all of us. And I want all of us to believe in that, because like it ain't about, man, the dollar and money, get money. It's like, yo, man, look, your ideas and what's in your mind can feed your family, can put food in your stomach, feed your family. You can help people by providing value, and like, and you can get freedom from that. Like, and why wouldn't you want that? And I feel like people should be able to eat food, and nobody should be starving and messed up. But like, bro, y'all gotta watch Animal Planet, bro. It's a jungle out here, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it'll never be even. It'll never be equal. It just, you know what I'm saying? And as much as we wish it could be. So, I mean, I don't know, dog. I don't want to be on a Kanye rant, but like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I love it. Chris Black, $5 super chat. He said, Hotep, I stumbled on this live. This should be good. I see I won't get much work done tonight. Man, fuck that work. You with us tonight. Shout out to Chris Black, DJ Chris Black, over at Retro Reggae. Great brand. You guys should probably link up. I should probably connect you too, because he's from Jamaica as well.
Nice.
So I think the big problem is, one thing you stated was, people don't know what money is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, capitalism. Capitalism is a word that was actually created and popularized by socialists, popularized by Karl Marx, Das Kapital.
Okay.
When you, let's say a 14-year-old kid connects with you and he asks you, he says, Stefan Grant, capitalism, I don't know what it means. Stefan, can you please define to me in your own word, succinctly, What does capitalism mean to you?
Capitalism is the exchange of value. That's really what it is to me at its most basic.
Yes. Well, first of all, capitalism is the reason why slavery don't exist any longer in America.
Yeah.
Right? Because they said, hold on, the South has an advantage because they have this labor that they don't have to pay for. And they're beating us at capitalism. So capitalists wanted to make money, therefore they destroyed slavery. Do you see it that way, or feel free to weigh in?
I mean, I think that was most definitely part of it. I mean, Abraham Lincoln didn't just free black people. Who knows if he did, but he didn't just do it because it was a cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fam, like they're like, yeah, like I would say that was a very, very big part of it. Like, nah, like we got to even the scales a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you relate to? We're moving into the ADOS part of the conversation. I haven't noticed me slowly getting there.
Yeah.
How do you relate to the title of slavery or the history of slavery? Because Jamaica dealt with it, right? But one of my ancestors was kicking cracker ass by the name of Sam Sharp. Led slavery revolts. So Americans identify with slavery. Do you identify with slavery, or what is slavery? How does it weigh on your mind?
I mean, well, here's the thing. I wouldn't say I identify with it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not somebody who's going to ignore it and act like it didn't happen. But at the same time, I think that with as vast as our history is on a grand scale, I try to zoom out from things, right?
Okay.
And slavery was what? I mean, it's a couple of generations ago, so it's rather recent historically, right? And it lasted 400 or 500 years. But 400 or 500 years on a grand historic scale, especially when it comes to our history, is a blip. It's a teardrop in the ocean. And I wasn't trying to be poetic, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what it is.
It's real. That's real.
Like, it really is a teardrop in the ocean overall, you know what I'm saying? So I can't identify with it. I can learn from it. And really how I look at slavery is that it was horrible, terrible. I mean, those words can't even describe just how terrible it was. But what I will say is that how I look at it is that we were at war, and in many ways we're still at war, but we were at war and we lost, you know what I'm saying? Like, we took the L, and to the winner goes the spoils in a lot of ways, you know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say is that we're 1,000 times better than that situation. Do we still got stuff we got to deal with and handle? And yes, it's very real. Like, we're black, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like, slavery isn't something that, it's not a cornerstone of my identity or my existence. You know what I'm saying? I use it as fuel to boss up and work harder and get what I gotta get and be what I gotta be. But also too, on some real Hotep shit, I'm like, man, like I think back before slavery and all the great things we accomplished and all the great things we built. And I may not be building a pyramid today, but I think about whenever I get up and I'm working on a project, I'm talking with a client, I'm doing some marketing, I'm putting a brick on my pyramid. That's how I visualize it. You feel what I'm saying?
Building,
So,
yeah,
I'm building. You know what I'm saying? So slavery happened. We took that L. We were divided and lost that war. But now we got to learn from that war, learn from that, and put that into our new strategy. And how are we going to level up and change the next 500 years? You feel me? So that's really what I'm with it.
Lipster Davis $5 super chat says, "Shut up and code." You already know. When I look at the history of slavery, we first have to look at Africa. The Arab slave trade was, and I hate to compare, but the Arab slave trade, in my opinion, from my studies, was much worse than the one we experienced here in America.
Never ended. Yeah.
And never ended. It continues today. Right.
Right now.
But many people like to paint European history as some sort of godsend. For example, they say, "Oh, we went around the world and abolished slavery, like on the African continent, like Zanzibar, and so forth." And I know the only reason why they fought slavery is because Africa was getting rich off of slavery. It was, and we also have to understand that slavery in Africa was not equal to how slavery was done in America or in the Arab world. For example, you could get married, you could own land, you could have a real life. Yeah. and you weren't beaten and, you know, treated like property. Even in some cases, you were treated
You
like
earn your freedom.
you could earn your freedom, right? And you were treated like family. So when people say, "Oh, we went around the world stopping slavery," it's like, yeah, but it's not equivalent at all. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're familiar with that history.
Yeah, man, definitely, man.
So ADOS, you know, I was on I had Mofax on my channel,
Mm.
and he doesn't say he's a leader of ADOS. He's just one of the representatives, one of the crew, one of the homies in the ADOS movement.
Mm.
More power to them. I don't agree with that ideology. I would never identify with slavery. I think there are other ways we can get reparations, other things the government has done we can get reparations for. But in the chat, people were being very critical of me and saying, "Oh, Hotep's Jamaican, so he don't get it. Hotep Jamaican." I know you've seen the Diaspora wars online. What do you think is the root cause of this division that we see online between the diaspora and Africans and the Caribbean?
Well, I mean, that's very deep.
That is it's a tough question. Yeah.
And I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I got an answer for it, and it's, you know what I'm saying? But before I even get into that, I got to apologize, because the first thing I got to say is thank you for even providing a platform, for inviting me on here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no
I
worry.
genuinely appreciate it, sincerely.
It's my duty. It's my duty, my people. Joe Rogan gave me a platform, put me on the map. It's my duty to give back.
Respect, most definitely, man. And so salute to Joe Rogan too, because I mean, he deserves to be where he's at, and I'm so glad his platform exists, for real, for real.
Yeah, I can not thank that man enough.
Facts, man. But one of the things that I'll say, I think that the division we go through now it's a byproduct of something bittersweet. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go back to the continent, right? Like, you got millions of tribes with millions of languages and religions, and, you know what I'm saying, all that, right? So off top, like, we were already divided. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had our United Kingdoms, but kingdoms rose and fell, and not only that, I mean, you had, if you want to get deep, just even on a nature level, I mean, shit, the desertification of the north of Africa, killing civilizations and pushing those northern tribes south. You know what I'm saying? Like, tons of tribal clashes and wars and all that. You know what I'm saying? So there's already that, and on top of that, the Black culture is the most genetically diverse of all. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the Habeshas in Ethiopia, and, you know what I'm saying, and all that, and
the Habesha,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Habesha. Then you look at your folks in the West Africa, and then you look at, like, you can look on you can look at somebody's profile and be like, yo, I know you on South Africa Twitter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just have different features. You feel me? So even that alone will cause division. So there's that. Now, when you add in slavery, and then you got European nations who are carving up the continent, right? But you're carving up the continent. It's not like U.S. states where you carve up a state and then each, like, Florida has its own culture, New York has its own culture, Texas is Texas, Cali is Cali. It's not like that. It's like, yo, you drew this line, but really a big ass tribe lives right here. You know what I'm saying? So now this tribe is in Ghana and Sierra, and it's like you've done that. Then you done drag some of them folks to a whole other side of the planet, you know what I'm saying? And they got different languages, religions. They done took some stuff from back home, but now it's here and it's new, and it's like we couldn't help but be in this, you know what I'm saying? So there's that. And it's very deep, and the thing about it is that what we haven't learned to do is that, because our situation isn't unique by any means, right? Because, I mean, we were at war on our continent, right? But if you look at European history, like, they were wholeheartedly at war. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, they took that beef from there over here. Like, if you ever seen gangs in New York, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but, like, they still weren't rocking, you know what I'm saying? But what they did was they were able to draw the line, you know what I'm saying? They were like, man, look, I'm British, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with your Irish ass. I don't fuck with your Italian ass. I don't like none of you niggas for real, you know what I'm saying? But at least you're not Black, you know what I'm saying? So look, let's just, you know what I'm saying? Join forces and just do what it do. But also, like, for real, like, I feel bad for racist white people because like if you're a racist white person, you're really at the bottom of the pile and you have no idea for real. Like you're at the bottom of the barrel and like your only base of confidence is like you're not black. You know, like what you think like being black is a bad thing, but that's a whole other convo. You know what I'm saying? So when you got a lot of those folks who've fallen in line against the whole race of people. Like you would think that whole race of people is like, all right, well, damn, they don't rock with us. We might as well. We gotta rock with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got no other option. But like we haven't. It's like they don't rock with us, but I don't rock with your ass. It's like, fam, like you might as like Dr. Claude Anderson said it best. You know what I'm saying? Like racism is a team sport, and I hate racism. I think it's a terrible thing. Like we shouldn't engage in it. You know what I'm saying? But racism is a team sport. You know what I'm saying? So like rock with your folks and deal with your folks, and don't use that to hate on other people and be a racist dick. Like yo, no matter who, like I deal with people on an individual level. I don't care if you're white, black, Jewish, Asian, straight, gay, trans. I don't care, my G. If you're a cool individual, we can vibe. But at the same time, just naturally, if I'm not looking out for my culture and I don't care about my culture and my people, then I'm a disservice. And for real, I can't even, if I was some Uncle Tom sellout type cat, I wouldn't even be of no good to the folks I'm selling out for because I ain't got no loyalty. You know what I'm saying? You can't even rock with a dude like me because like I could do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like nah, fam, like I love my folks and I got my folks all day, but a lot of folks don't see it like that. And that's my issue with ADOS because like, here's my thing, bro. Like, dog, I moved to the States in 95 and I'm so thankful for African Americans and African American culture because one, I was able to learn that and become a part of that and they welcomed me into that. And I was able to assimilate into the culture. And of course, I mean, I love being Jamaican. I'm always be Jamaican to the core, like all day, every day. Like I'm never going to forget that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that doesn't stop me from loving African Americans, loving African American culture, seeing the value that they bring to the table. On top of that, bro, like even in my family, you know what I mean? First of all, you're a product of this, but you know how many people in my family are married to African Americans? Like I'm technically married to an African American. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my wife, I mean, like her folks are Jamaican, but she's African American and she loves America, loves like this is her people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I think that we've lost sight of like, look, fam, we just got dropped off at different places. You feel me? Like my folks might have got dropped off first, but that don't mean that I have any beef with you. There's any issue with that. And my only issue with even identifying as slaves is like, man, like, look, like American slavery was real. My folks didn't go through that. But growing up in America, especially in the era we came up in, side note, but not even side note, like folks use the term Hotep as a pejorative, but what we know as Hotep was like default blackness 20 years ago. Oof. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like this was the default setting. You know what I'm saying? Even your super corporate like, black dude in the office like was like knew his culture a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So none of this is really new. But I think that like we like as somebody who grew up in that and having that black pride and somebody who always loved Marcus Garvey and all that, like Pan-Africanism was always my vibe. Like no matter if you're on the continent, if you in the Caribbean, if you in South Central America, like we're all black people above all that. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm all about unity. And the same way you kind of got attacked by a lot of those folks because they're like, yo, like you're Jamaican, you don't understand. I was getting that a lot for real, like crazy hate, like real passionate hate. And my only issue, the reason why I even got a lot of that is because one, I mean, I talk my shit, but I'm never talking shit to clown African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Now, right. I will clown people who identify with that movement, not even because they identify with the movement, but because a lot of those people go to disrespecting other black folks. Yes. And it's like, why? Me personally, if a fellow Jamaican is out here disrespecting African Americans or Africans, I'm gonna call it out because I'm like, fam, like, what are you doing? Like, you're, first of all, it's corny, and you're adding to division. The breakdown, you know what I'm saying, the division of our community, which is the last thing that we need. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So like, I don't play the diaspora wars because, and folks have thrown me in it. And here's the thing, if you're gonna send shots at Jamaicans, I'll send shots back, but I'm not gonna send shots at African Americans. I'm gonna send shots at you because it's you disrespecting my culture. And anybody who aligns with your disrespect could, you know what I'm saying, could get it too. But I got love for everybody. And I can't support a movement that is that is individual. And here's the thing. I actually got a lot of folks who are ADOS who identify with the movement, and they rock with me heavy, and I rock with them heavy. And we both have an understanding. It's like, look, man, at the end of the day, we have the same mission and intentions in the grand scheme of things. So there's no reason for us to be at war. And a lot of them folks don't rock them. Like the heads of it, blocked. They got me blocked. You know what I'm saying? Mutual. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I mean, either way, even then, I still, when I say, yo, I wish you the best, even if you wish me the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's love. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
How much time I got with you tonight?
Man, we might as well rock, man. Let's
rock. All right, bet. I love to hear that. Kentaro 199 super chat. Steve P said, "What has government done to our money?" That's another. He said, "Is another good book that deals with the concept of money and how government interference in it makes everyone worse off." I want to check out that title. Chris Black, DJ Chris Black, Retro Reggae said, "I remember the first time I heard a white Jamaican talking, threw me for a loop. I think ADOS will figure out, but yeah, kind of hostile. I remember the first time I heard a Chinese Jamaican. I was like, for example, Tasty Patty.
Mm-hmm.
That started by a Chinese Jamaican.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So,
bro, actually, I might have met the founder of that and his son at like a business event a few months back. But like, yeah, like heavy. But I mean, a lot of folks don't even know Jamaica is a very diverse culture. Like my great great grandfather is actually Chinese. No, my great grandfather's Chinese. My great great grandfather on my grandmother's side is Indian. You know, like East Indian. And we got Portuguese. Like, yeah, Jamaica's super diverse, man.
We're gonna talk about that too. So ADOS often talk about cultural differences. They say, "Oh, we're culturally different. African Americans have a unique experience from Africans in the Caribbean," and I'm like, yeah, that's a really dumb point to make, because I can say the same thing about a brother from Houston and a brother from New York. And like Chris Black said, you got, differences in cultures between Trinidad, Grenada, and Jamaica, and the other Bahamas, and all the other islands. You know what I mean? And Haiti as well. Shout out to Haiti. So when they say we have cultural differences, shoot, you got cultural differences between Brooklyn and Queens. You got cultural differences between Harlem and Staten Island. So when people say that, I'm like, we're all unique. We know that. And that's not a reason to separate it. So, which leads me to my next question, right? Do you see yourself as different from the rest of the so-called black or darker complected people across the planet, or do you see us all as one people?
I mean, it's a couple things, man, because I am very aware of my unique experience as an individual. You know what I'm saying? My experience is always going to be unique. Like, I grew up eating different food and listening to different music, but I also grew up in American culture and listening to all that, eating that, and you know what I'm saying, like in that culture as well. So it's like I've had experiences in that, you know what I'm saying, where our cultures cross. But I think that if I get too deep into being like my experience is different, that's when we get into things like, and this is going to be a damn, you know what I'm saying, fire starter within itself, but things like intersectionality, you know what I'm saying? Where I get to thinking about all the different things that I bring to the table. And like me personally, I got a million intersections, but like that does nothing but separate me from, you know what I'm saying? So I think that for real, like there has to be a medium, you know what I'm saying? Like my experience is going to be unique, and it's a blessing because it's gonna provide me different ways of thinking and different ways of strategizing, you know what I'm saying? And moving, navigating through the world. But at the same time, I am one of how many billion people on this earth on a grand scheme, but also how many billions of black folks, you know what I'm saying? So I am part of that collective. But also too, this might sound ignorant, but my philosophy all was, if since a child, like if I get pulled over, you know what I'm saying, by a racist, discriminatory cop, he has no idea that I'm from Montego Bay, Jamaica. That motherfucker thinks I'm probably from Miami. I'm from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like my folks can have deep Mississippi roots. To him, he has no idea when he looks at me. And I've been in the States since '95, bro. Like, you don't hear a Jamaican accent. When I'm around my folks, yeah, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I sound very American. Right. Nobody's gonna know what country I'm from if they talk to me. To anybody else, I'm a black person. To a racist person, I'm just another nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like that's really what it is in the grand scheme. So that's why like I'm always have love for my folks no matter what, because we have a shared experience. But I think that even to your original question, I think part of the reason why we're so divided too is that we do have a shared experience, but the problem is that that shared experience is trauma. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So we have trauma bonds, and trauma bonds are never the kind of bonds you want to build because they're built on sand. You feel what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So like that's a very shaky alliance. But I mean, there are realer reasons for us to come together than trauma. There are realer reasons in that, but the first thing people think about is that trauma, which is also why I can't identify with slavery and being a slave, because you're bringing that trauma back up to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Like PTSD. When all the dust was settled at the bottom, you're roughing it back up to the top and muddying the water. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
Damn, trauma bonds.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Josh for that. You know what I'm saying? My guy Josh David. I mean, he probably that term probably like existed before, but he's the first person that I heard actually use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Josh. Yeah, that's deep, man. You got my mind stumped on that one. I had to like stop and just like process that we're connected by our trauma and not our triumphs.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, and that's
real talk.
That can lead to, and I think that's partly so like, people say we got post-traumatic slavery disorder and, PTSD or whatever, and a lot of these mental issues. And it's like, how do you feel when you turn around and there's another slave movie or another Mammy or Butler movie? How do you react to some of that stuff?
Keep it real with you. I've kind of started tuning a lot of it out. The last slave movie that I really wanted to watch, or that I might have even really seen, was Django. You know what I'm saying? Because like it just actually my car is named after Django. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only, if it ain't that, or it ain't Nat Turner. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see it. I can't really support it because like bro, like I mean, you talk about like you just mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Post-traumatic slave disorder. And when I was growing up and I heard that term for the first time, I was really thinking like it was like some shit just ingrained in our DNA, and it's just coming through generations and we feeling it and we're experiencing it. And I think that part of that is true. But what I also believe is that really more than nature, it's nurture, and they gotta drop a slave movie every couple of years, or every time a generation starts coming of consciousness to what even all that is. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be like, yo, so you niggas were this, and remember. You know what I'm saying? And like we're gonna give a couple of niggas Oscars to remind you, like, yeah, like great job reminding them, like this is you. Like no matter how lit you get, cotton. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, bro, like if you want, if your intention is to tell a great story and make a great movie, and you want to talk, and slavery is the topic, let's diversify it. Let's, you know what I'm saying? What happened in Haiti? How did that turn out? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's Dutty Boukman? Like, how did that pan out? Like, I want to see that movie for real. But even then, forget slavery, because like even though we were kind of victorious and chopped a couple of heads off, that is still based in trauma and whatever else. And that's still kind of indoctrination, you know what I'm saying? So I would love to see a Mansa Musa movie. I'd love to see who was like one of the first Black billionaires who, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd love to see something like that. Like, I mean, I would love that. So, I mean, I want to see a Marcus Garvey film, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see more inspirational stories, but I'm not gullible enough to expect that, because like, you can't logically expect your ops to make a great movie about you, you know what I'm saying? Like, and educate you. Like, that's like you're not gonna, that's like you got a superhero chained up and he like does favors for you, but he has no idea he's a superhero. Like, you're not gonna tell him like, fam, you got laser vision for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna let him do what he does, you know what I'm saying? So like yeah. And on top of that, side note, I mean, it's still kind of on topic. I don't know if you've ever heard like the elephant on a rope theory. You ever heard that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for those of you who don't know, the elephant on the rope theory is like, when you get a baby elephant, you tie him to a rope, you know what I'm saying? And then you tie that rope to like a stump or something in the ground, right? So like he's always tied to that unless you take him off it, and he grows up tied to that. Even when he's a full-grown elephant, could literally pull that out of the ground like a thumbtack. He still thinks that's gonna hold him, and he doesn't even try to pull it out. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that they give us these slave movies as that rope for the elephant to be like, yo, fam, like just stay in this mode of thinking because we need you right here. Because if we get you out of here, then that's problematic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. So with regards to the diaspora wars,
Mm-hmm.
when you see it online, what's your conduct? What's your reactions? Or do you even react at all? Or do you get involved? Like, how do you respond?
I used to be very annoyed by it. But at first I was caught off guard by it. I was like, yo, this is wild. But this is like, I first saw the glimpses of this in like 2010, 2011, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's done really nothing but snowball. Now, I really miss a lot of it. And I've also curated my Twitter space in a special way where like I only get info from folks that I want to. And not like I've created an echo chamber, right? I've got a blend of folks from all sides. And I've got like, so what I do is I created like Twitter lists. Like I've got one list that's called like a TL where all the folks that I like really rock with and want to hear from, they're all in there. Of course, you're in there. I got a bunch of other folks in there, you know what I'm saying? Like dudes, like they're all in there, you know what I'm saying? But I got folks who, if you're just talking about real estate, I'm in there, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But like, I miss a lot of that stuff because a lot of the folks that I'm dealing with or that I pay attention to aren't even on that. But also, too, I'm damn near like numb to it. And I've also just, in a lot of ways, it's made me cynical. You know what I'm saying? Because like as a Garvey idealist, I'm all about Pan-Africanism. I'm like, yo, like Africa unite, African unite, let's link up. But as I see the foolishness, I'm like, man, look, man, it's only going to be a couple of us who's going to be able to get it together and push through. And you know what I'm saying, if you with us, you with us. If you're not, you know what I'm saying, it's all love, yo, peace. So
yeah. I smiled when you said cynic because my brand used to be very Afrocentric. I was Ali Shakur, and all my content was geared towards Black people. Then Black Lives Matter came on the scene, and then all of a sudden, I became the bad guy Hotep. And I'm just like, I love Black people. Like I built my whole brand off of talking and teaching Black people, and that cynic hit, right, and the realization hit, and I was like, I can't just keep myself stuck with Black people anymore. I have to expand my audience and reach out to white people because this thing is beyond race now. This thing is about consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And my success is completely due to that decision of saying, fuck Black people.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all. I hate to say it because I love them so fucking much. But it's a type of thing where you're in the hood, right? And the hood's messed up. And it's like, you know, you got to lead a hood to save the hood.
Mm.
That's how I feel. I had to leave to build myself so I can help you later once I accumulate that wealth and that influence and that power. So I'm glad you said that. Intersectionality, I think, has been a big problem. It came along with the rise of Black Lives Matter after Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin. And I like what you said, man. It's like, why are we looking at our differences? Shouldn't we be looking at the things that we have alike and aligning ourselves with what we have in things that we have alike in common? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we should, man, but like, it's like we just can't get right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it seems so common sense and it's rather simple, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. Well, there's a couple things. I think that one, people realize there's work involved, right? There's that. But then also I think that we've also been in such a culture of we've been brought up in a culture of, what is the term? It's we should have been brought up in a culture of abundance, but we've really been brought up in a culture of, I can't figure the exact word right now, but it's like a culture of lacking, right? So it's like when you feel like you're lacking and there isn't abundance, and you know what I'm saying, like you're gonna be in competition, and you know what I'm saying, and like, and you're gonna feel like I gotta pull this person down because, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And I think that like that's a big cause of it. And even to the point you were making before, man, like as much as I'm an idealist and I want us to be united and stay together and move forward, man. But I think that a lot of that negativity and that intersectionality, one, I think that it's, I mean, I don't even want to get too deep into the conspiracy, Soros funded, you know what I'm saying, whatever bag. But I think that, and actually to give you some props, because I see this about myself. I don't think you even really changed the gears and said like, yo, I'm gonna talk to these white folks. You know what I'm saying? What I saw, what I take it as, and here's the thing, right? There are a lot of folks from the outside looking in who won't get it, who won't see what you're doing, and who wouldn't even probably see the foundations of it. Because as a marketer, the best marketing is organic marketing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotta be almost effortless because people get it when it comes off that way, right? So I wouldn't say that you had to do a whole thing, because the fact of the matter is that what I've realized is like if you tweet some common sense shit, and a lot of them white folks gonna show up, boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you tweet some real common sense, regular shit, and they're gonna pull up like, fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll retweet that shit. What are you selling? I'm buying. Like they'll do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I love the grifting season hoodie and all that shit, but like, bro, like you ain't even really got to, bro, because like you kicking some common sense shit. And the fact of the matter is that I love the kind of tribes we've been able to build, because it sucks that a lot of folks outside looking in who don't get it will look at us and feel like we're anti-black. We don't love our folks. We ain't there for our folks, and we you know what I'm saying, working with the white man and whatever, and like, but they don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Because like, here's the thing about it. I'm kicking a bunch of real common sense shit. You kicking that common sense shit, but the common sense shit that we kicking is of utmost benefit to black people. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who will benefit from it the most, really tangible. The word of the year is tangibles, right? Tangibly, like you'll benefit from the common sense shit that I'm saying.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And here's the thing. White folks rock with that because like it ain't even like it's gonna, like, they rock with that and it's gonna benefit us, but universally it'll benefit them if they practice it for themselves. But it's like, yo, you kicking that common sense shit, like I'm gonna rock with that. Like people, like it resonates on a human level. It like, bro, like our followings ain't just a bunch of common sense black folks and a bunch of common sense white folks. Bro, there's Asians all up in there, Indians, Latinos, like, bro, like the whole movement is so diverse, you know what I'm saying? And people really do rock with it. And it's like, I lost a friend today.
Damn.
And it's sad because like,
wow,
man, so, and this is actually a perfect segue kind of into the COVID conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because I tweeted about how I was like, yo, people talking about how it's 230,000 people dead, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that 230 or 2018, whatever the number was yesterday, it's probably closer to like 90,000 or even less than that, maybe, because one, a bunch of the diagnoses were false positives, you know what I'm saying? Two, you could have had COVID, but if you know what I'm saying, if you died from a gunshot, like they said it was COVID, you know what I'm saying? So like they're running the numbers all the way up. So I was like, yo, that and they're running the numbers up because one, they want to keep you in fear and they want to use it as a tool of control. And in a lot of ways, they want to keep things locked down, right? So that's why I even made that point, because to be honest, I saw a Democrat commercial or Democrat campaign ad. It said like, yo, 200,000 died from COVID. And then they immediately said 8 million infected. And I was like, you're counting on people not being able to do math. You know what I'm saying? Because if the number is 8 million infected, and if they know you're infected, that means you went and got tested. Have you gone to get tested?
Who, me? Hotep Jesus?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't been tested. How many of us haven't been tested? A lot of folks probably had it, been asymptomatic, got rid of it, and have no idea. So
I had it.
So that 8 million who got it and been tested and documented is probably more like 20, 30, 50 million actually, right? So out of 30, out of let's just say the 8 million was it, right?
Right.
Bro, if 200,000, that's a quarter, that's almost a quarter of one. So you're gonna tell me there's 7 3/4 more who pushed right on through. They back to work. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that what I was saying was I wasn't trying to make light of the disease and make light of 90,000. Like any one person dying is a tragedy, period, blank, right?
Yeah.
But my point was, fam, they're trying to control you. And if you're a person that's about freedom and living your life and forget all that, if you're about truth and keeping it real, you can't be in support of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one of my folks was like, yo, this is dumb as hell. And I see you trying to suck up to them white folks and this and that, da 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 da. And I'm like, fam, like, you know me in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, if that's how you felt, you really could have texted me and we could have had a conversation man to man and we could have a dialogue about like whatever you think I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. So then there's that. But like he just got super in his feelings about whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like I hit him personally because I'm not going, even though he disrespected me publicly, I'm not going to return that out of respect I had for him. So I hit him back and homie just went to talking like, yeah, you know what you doing. And I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. But like, not everybody's going to get it. And the thing, like you were talking about anxiety, I legit get anxiety because like folks, I get attacked every now and then and I don't mind it. I'm with G, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck y'all niggas for real. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, an anxiety will come from one, you got folks creating narratives about you, making up shit about you, making you the worst person in the world. There's that. And then two, you got you're putting out some pure thoughts and folks is twisting it in the worst way and taking it in the worst context, making you be the worst possible person. It's like, fam, that shit fucks with you. Like it'll, you know what I'm saying? Like it gives you one of the worst feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that shit sucks, bro. I don't even remember the original point, but like that shit, like
good.
That.
Yeah, I have to close the app and go into another world and and talk to the kids and talk to my lady. There's a lot of rumors going around about me about all types of shit, and it's just like it gives me anxiety because it's a series. You're playing with people's lives. I got children and stuff, and that shit sucks. And I had similar situation. I had a guy that I know in real life, and I said something about Trump, and he came at me with like this whole used up all 280 characters of his tweet, and I'm like. And he alluded to the fact that I was being fake or something like that. But I'm in my head, I'm like, yo, you know me in real life, nigga. Like, I met your wife. I know your kids. I know your situation. Like, I know your financial situation. Like, don't play with me, bro. Like, and just like you, I'm not going to return fire online, especially. So I had to call our mutual friend, like, yo, what's up with this dude? And he was like, yo, this Trump thing got people. It really zapped their minds, man. And it's sad that they say Trump's being divisive. I'm like, nah, the media has turned us on ourselves to be divisive. And it's
bruh, you got black folks who've been black their whole lives. Right? And one of the narratives that we've always known as black people is that from day one, from the first movie, Birth of a Nation, right? Media has been used to demonize black people in the worst ways, right? Demonize people in general, but black people, we get the worst first and the best last. And that is in regard to a lot of things, especially when it comes to media demonization, right? We're also one of the biggest victims of COINTELPRO and FBI, CIA infiltration, domestically, internationally, no whole nine, right? You got a bunch of black folks now who are eating up everything the mainstream media says now and fully believe in it. And then they gonna tell you, hey man, look, you don't see what they done said about this dude? Cause what kind of idiot are you, fool? You don't see this and that. And I'm like, what, bro? Like, are you defending a CIA? Oh, you're Mueller's number one cheerleader? Like, this is who, like, oh, Comey's your guy. The FBI, oh, that's your man's? That's your man's. From the block? Okay, all right, bet. Comey was in the trap with you, right? Okay, all right. All right. Like how wrapped up did you cats get over the past couple of years? Like, you're defending the folks who've been fucking us for decades, documented? Like, there are FOIA documents? Like, when did this, like, how did, like, bro, Marketing is powerful, and maybe that's why we see it. Because like I'm seeing you fall for the finesse. Like
Yes.
we are content and media creators,
right?
So like we can see like first of all, we see just how little motherfuckers will go look into shit themselves. You know what I'm saying? But also, we know the power of the written word, the power of video, and all that shit. Yeah. And like, it's wild to see folks just eat it all up because TDS is real, and now they know you in real life for a period of time.
Yes.
And now you're not.
Right.
And the black person is beefing with your black ass over a white man he'll never meet. They'll never be in the same room. But he's the pro-black good guy, and you're the sellout Negro. I seen a dude say Kanye, 50, and Ice Cube could shoot each other on Fifth Avenue, and I'd crawl over their corpses to vote for Joe Biden.
I saw that.
And you're the pro-black good guy on the right side of history. All right. I'm crazy. I guess I'm the crazy one. I'm not. I would never. I don't care who the candidate is. You could be Biden Harris all day. I would never say I'm gonna crawl over your black ass to do anything.
Right.
What?
Right.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous. But like this is what the media has drummed up. And to be honest, a lot of folks will like the media. They made Trump president. And they wanted him to be president. Bro, they ain't seen ad money like this in forever. The Trump bump is real, my G. Like, bro, they got to keep him on your TV 24/7. That's why he spent half of what Hillary spent and still won. Because, bro, I ain't got to use my marketing budget. I'm lit. You got me lit. It's lit. Come on, bro. But bye. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. Maybe I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Oh, man, you hit that at home, man, because it's the same media that demonize black men, vilify black men, is who they're taking the word from.
Not even just black men. They've had our sisters looking crazy forever.
Word.
Why you think these folks be thinking our women be? I ain't even gonna use the terms that they think for our women, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, it's the media got you out here, been looking wild. If you want to get deep, back from Sarah Bartman. You know what I'm saying? Really it's been them that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's been making you look crazy, making all of us look crazy. But this is who you ride with. And not even who you ride with, you'll join forces and be a tool of them to continue the negative narrative. All right, maybe I'm crazy. I'm the sellout Negro, I guess, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah, and I always ask people that, like when we have these conversations offline, I say, you know, when they say these things, I say, where'd you get that from? Oh, it was on the news. So I say, so you believe the news? Well, you know, some of it got to be true. I'm like, but do you believe the news? Do you take the news? Does the media have a history of being truthful? No. So why do you believe the media? You know, I had a dude who I went to high school with. We grew up. His cousin's my best friend. And we were all chilling, talking, burning, you know. And then the Trump conversation popped. And he cursed out Trump, but during his rant, he was pointing at me. And I'm like, because he knows me online. Yeah. Then my best friend's little brother was on Instagram, and, you know, I support the family through all the sicknesses, all the deaths. I went to the house. He was like, bro, I had to unfollow you. I'm like, why? He's like, because of all the, you know, the Trump stuff, you know, it just doesn't sit right with me. So I'm like, you knew me. I knew you since you was 4 years old, little boy. And you choosing these people over me. You know how hurtful that is, yo?
That's crazy.
This is the anxiety, man.
Yeah, like, bro, like it's a real thing. And here's the thing, I'm thankful for like my best friends, because like they don't see none of this stuff politically the way that I do. But here's the thing, before Trump won, I was the only one in the group chat like, bro, this dude's about to win. Not even on no, yo, I'm about to vote for him and he's the guy. And like, yo, like, I'm just observing from the outside looking in. And here's the thing, this is why, like, I wouldn't label myself a Trump supporter. I'm obviously not a hater of him.
Right.
But I'm an observer. And what I've been doing a lot of the time is I'm telling you, this is why people like him. This is why he's winning. This is why he's going to win. These are the things that he does that make him win. And I'm giving you the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And folks are looking at it like, oh my God, he's like, I'm like, fam, like, first of all, what I will say is he's wildly entertaining to me. You know what I'm saying?
He's very entertaining.
He is, and he's doing a way better job than I think anybody would have thought. Even the folks that I know who hate him are like, yo, like, I've been doing all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They say it underneath their breath, you know, I've been doing all right though.
Yeah, no, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a real, for whether it be tax wise, job wise, just, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of ways, you know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is I'm like, I observe him and I can see what he's doing and why it resonates. And I consider myself in a lot of ways like I'm an announcer. Like you watch basketball and this dude's commentating on basketball. I'm that guy. I'm breaking down the play so that you see the mechanics behind what's going on.
Okay.
But a lot of folks don't even seem to want to look at the mechanics. And here's the thing, not even just the mechanics. I'm provocative because I'll put out a hot tweet every now and then, but I'm putting out a hot tweet because I'm like, yo, think about this.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. And in asking this question, you ask yourself this question and think about if this makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of folks are like, they rock with it because like when you're thinking critically, they get it. And a lot of folks like, because I've got the wheels turning, they don't like it. And I've literally grinded their gears. Now they about to come in blazing and I'm the worst thing. Like, yo, you got the Matumbo block? I'm right there with you, like swatting that shit out of there, fam. I'm like, I'm right there, bro. I'm right there with you. I ain't got no time for it. Cause like, yeah, bro. Yeah, man, it's crazy out here.
Let me get into some super chats and we're gonna dive right back into this. Chris Black, he said, I remember, no. True offense, he said, why black people asking for Trump's response to virus when Dr. Sebi Ben gave us the plan? Woo! Chris Black, $5 super chat, he said, is Stefan in South Florida? Broward County is 90% Democrat. My family is down there and they have real beef with me now. You in South Florida?
So I am in South Florida, Broward County, but here's the wild thing. I didn't even tweet this. I didn't even talk about it. But I'm driving around South Florida. I might have been in Miami or Broward. I can't remember exactly where I was. But I saw 3 Trump signs, yard signs, flags on the wall in under like a 26-minute span. I sent it to my group chat. Like, yo, like the first one I saw, like I just saw it and I didn't grab a picture of it because I'm like, all right, they rocking with Trump. But as I start seeing more, I'm like, I start taking pictures. And I'm like, yo, this is quite interesting for South Florida being a Democratic stronghold. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen support like this for no candidate ever. And like it's the Miami Hispanics pushing it heavy. Like, I mean, you got a lot of black folks rock with them, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like the support in South Florida is very real, visibly real, way more visibly real than any support for Biden. I haven't really seen any Biden flags, honestly. I saw more Bloomberg marketing back a couple months back than I saw anything for Biden, honestly.
Okay. True offense, $5 super chat. He said Trump woke a lot of people up, and our people just want to go back to sleep. Sad in my Trump voice. You know the thing with me, with Trump was his war on the media. That was the thing that said, okay, now I don't vote. I'm not a Trump supporter. I've never sent a single donation, and I've never purchased a MAGA hat. I was at a TPUSA event that I was banned from. I was in somebody's hotel room, and I put their hat on and took a picture. But I do not own anything from Trump. And I'm not a Trump supporter. But when he took aim at the media, I was like, yo, God damn, it's about time somebody said it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, look, I'm going to tell you what it is. See, we got to say we're not Trump supporters because walking around saying you're a Trump supporter is like walking around saying, I'm a capitalist. Like, it's just not a good thing, right?
Right.
And like you said, we haven't voted for Trump. I never voted for Trump. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for anybody. A lot of folks probably be mad about that. I don't really engage in I observe and I commentate on it, but I'm not really trying to participate in that system like that.
Right.
So that's the first thing. But the same way that you like how he was, you know what I'm saying, flaming the media, like, I like that. I like that he flames the media. I like that he's unorthodox. I like that he trolls it and provokes. I appreciate, because I see a lot of that just within myself, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Now, are we the same? Obviously, we're not the same. I'm a black dreadlocks from Jamaica. He's a, you know what I'm saying? He's a white dude from the white billionaire from New York. We couldn't really be that much further. You know what I'm saying? But I relate to outsiders, natural outsiders who shake shit up and like, and I mean, we're in tech. You know what I'm saying? The number one term is disruption. Like, who else disrupted shit like this dude did? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I hate the dude? And here's the thing. I wish that he would not say a lot of the shit that he says. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but even then, I can't even say that I wish he didn't, because whether he says it or not is really inconsequential, because I'm like, no matter who wins and whatever, like,
I'm keep on pushing.
I'll be perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? But he could do a lot better with how he gets certain messaging and whatever across, you know what I'm saying? But either way, whatever, because I sincerely do not think he's a racist. Okay. Is he an asshole? Oh, definitely. Right. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And I'd say he's more classist than racist. But like, I don't think he's some Nazi who hates Negroes. I just don't believe that in my heart of hearts. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the whole thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Michael 499 super chat. He said, "Got to file a class action lawsuit against the mainstream media for the side of fake news." Real talk. So people ask, they say, the MAGA slogan doesn't make any sense because it says "Make America Great Again," which insinuates that America was great. So then the question becomes, when was America great? And my response to that is, goddamn 90s. And I'm not saying that as far as all of America is concerned. I'm saying that as far as Black America, because that was the last time we were conscious. Remember when hip hop was Hotep?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing about it is, I mean, that really was the last bastion of it, because the way I look at it is we could be the full spectrum. You feel me? Like, we were allowed to be gangsta and whatever. But the gangster niggas also had a respect for the conscious cats, and they were cats who was when they dancing and like they're like, that was when you could be you and you could win being you. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like, I mean, bro, like that was the apex of Black creativity. I mean, Black media. I mean, like, Black ownership. Like, bro, like that was the era. So I mean, I would say that was definitely one of the glimpses of it. And here's the thing: I think that America has had periods of greatness, most definitely. Has there been dark moments? Of course, like slavery, terrible. Like, I mean, Japanese internments, and I mean, like, bro, there's the CIA, like, bro, there's an entire record of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? But I want somebody to point me to a nation that has a spotless history. There isn't one. There just isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. there just isn't. So like, yeah, like, and here's the thing: I love America because I'm able to be me and make money from being me and build a life from being me, and I can bring my ideas to fruition. And whether I fail or succeed or not is on me. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it a perfect existence and system and whatever? No, it's never going to be perfect. That's why I tell folks, I need to watch Animal Planet. You need to watch animal documentaries so you can really see how life is at its base level. And you know what I'm saying? Because like, yo, we live in civilized times. We're using advanced technology, but in a very real way, we are animals in this concrete digital jungle. You know what I'm saying? So how are you going to navigate throughout whatever we're going through right now? You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man.
Something that really resonated with me, you said in the 90s, we were allowed to be ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the gangster cats have respect for the conscious community and vice versa. I went on the Clubhouse app, and my name obviously is Hotep Jesus on there, and I went in the room full of Black folks, and they invited me into the stage like as soon as I popped in. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, "Oh, we got a Hotep in the room. Hotep, what's up? Where you from?" And I'm like, "Jersey." And then they were like, "What kind of Hotep are you? Dr. Sebi, Layla Africa?" And I was completely silent. I'm 40 years old. These kids are probably like 20 something, 30 something. And I was taken back. I'm like, yo, they real life trying to bully me right now.
Wow.
They real life trying to bully me. And I thought it was sad because the people that they were naming, I didn't find a joke about that. Like, it's not funny. Layla Africa lost his life. Dr. Sebi lost his life. And then they were like, oh, you a Dr. Umar type. And, it's like, I know Umar has his shortcomings, but there's a lot of things he gets right too, but I'm not like none of them do.
Bro, here's the problem. First of all, one of the major problems is that as black people, especially black people in America, we suffer from a messiah complex. You know what I'm saying? We always need a leader and a speaker to be in the forefront to lead us to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? But the catch-22 with that is no leader will ever be good enough. You'll never be good enough because you have to be perfect. You have to be spotless. But then if you are spotless, you're too damn good and we can't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? So there is no winning. You feel me? So whether it be Sebi, Sebi was telling folks, man, eat vegetables, eat live food. You know what I'm saying? And folks are like, nigga, I ain't trying to hear that. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nuts to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like these folks who are kicking real stuff to actually benefit people are getting the negative. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, man, it's like, I don't know. It's very sad, especially that one, I got to commend you for taking the word Hotep, and I'm glad you are the kind of person to take that name, because that could have easily been taken and rebranded and pushed in a very horrible way. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's a very powerful word that has a lot of power attached to it and always will. You know what I'm saying? For millions of years. So the fact that our folks can take that and use that negatively, or that they would even look at cats like Layla Africa or Umar or whatever. And Umar does have his shortcomings.
Yes.
He definitely does. I don't align with anything and all that. But I can take the good and leave the bad and not attack the bad while I'm leaving it. You know what I'm saying? And we're to the point where I gotta chip away at you and discredit you and fuck with you, because it's like that crab in a barrel shit. Like you can't be too above me. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, bro, that honestly is sad. And I hope that eventually you can reach. I mean, I know that we actually reach a lot of young black people. You know what I'm saying? Who rock with the vision. But I feel like a lot of the folks. And here's the thing: a lot of young black people in real life, just in our daily interactions, rock with us and vibe with what we're saying and fuck with us, and they get who we are.
Right. But
what we know is that people who use the internet and use these platforms tend to be left leaning. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we really, although shit like that sucks, we really can't even give it too much credence, because like I gotta understand the control group. You know what I'm saying? That I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So things are gonna be kind of weird if you're dealing with certain folks in a certain environment, because they just don't get it. And like, we grew up on the internet, like. I know we did, because I mean, like, we're nice with the social media shit, and you can damn near only be this nice if you grew up on that shit.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like we grew up at a crossroads where there was real life. Like I'm on Black Planet and I'm on whatever fucking it up, but I'm still riding my bike and playing basketball and getting scratched up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing that as well. And we have a generation now where they weren't really on the bike and scratched up. Niggas was on this all day. This is who they are. And like, they grew up hearing these bullshit narratives, which is why you had a 17-year-old chick on Twitter giving grown-ass black women love advice. Like, this chick is 16 parroting a bunch of bullshit she heard y'all say, and you know what I'm saying? Like, none of this is good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? But like this child grew up listening to y'all bullshit and is now regurgitating it, and all y'all been fooled and finessed, not knowing that you created this monster. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole other conversation.
Oh man, that's so real. They niggas ain't ever been outside before.
Niggas ain't been off the porch, bro. Niggas is on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. And I like that you brought up Black Planet. I like that you brought up MySpace, because when Black Planet was popping, I was on there building websites. I did my man's website. I had a website which was dedicated to just hot chicks. It was called Too Hot for BP. And at the time, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing native advertising. I thought to myself, I was like, how do I grow my following on this platform? So I built Too Hot for BP, and I was featuring real girls, not like fakes. And then I was making these ads to me and my friends' pages on the page. And it got really popular. In MySpace, we moved to MySpace, same thing. So you're right. Like we had that early experience on the internet, which carried over. You know, I never really thought about that. You know what killed me though? With the mind control? I remember when I went to a family member and I was speaking to them about their diet. And I got turned on to Dr. Sebi through the Left Eye documentary, the one about her life and death. And she said that she contracted some sort of STD. And she said she went to this guy named Dr. Sebi. So I was like, who the fuck is a Dr. Sebi? So I typed it in Google and it happened to be some lectures on YouTube. So I dove right in head first. And then I'm fact checking this nigga because I'm like, I don't know this dude from Adam. So the things he was saying, I'm fact checking. I'm like, is this true? I'm like, oh shit, casein protein exactly good. Oh, damn, like this is real. So I took it. I immediately went back to like immediate family. And they were like, get out of here with that, da 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 da. Then 4 years later, these documentaries come out created by white people. And then Dr. Phil. And then them same family members was like, you was right. And I'm like, yo, I put you on it, Dr. Sebi, but because it was a black face, you didn't take it. But as soon as the white man told you this shit is real, then you took it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know the white man's ice is colder? Come on, bro.
that shit hurt me, my nigga.
Mm-hmm. It definitely hurts and it's sad, but they're not gonna internalize that unless it comes from a white person. Even a lot of stuff that you talk about just observing in COVID. If Dr. Fauci ain't said or another nigga who look like him ain't said, they're not hearing none of what you're talking about. Even though like I'd be like I'll tweet something and then Fauci be like, yeah, we should have done this. Da 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 da. Excuse the sound. I got my clock in here chiming off.
Yeah, it's good.
But if you're not kicking that type of whatever, then or you're just not a white person, then like they don't care about what. And bro, like it's probably very unique for you because you're kicking. You know what I'm saying, a lot of, especially back in the, like a lot of black knowledge. You know what I'm saying, and history. And if it didn't come out of a British museum or from some, you know what I'm saying, nigga rocking khakis or some bullshit, they not hearing none of what you're saying, and it's sad, but. It's the world we live in, man. And bro, like I think we have a very unique existence that it's like it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's necessary, and it's a we ain't got to get too dramatic, but it is a cross to bear in a lot of ways because like I think cats like us are cursed because the reason why we have anxiety is because it's almost like, damn, like I'm kicking that real shit, and we kick that shit, and a lot of folks hate it, but a lot of folks love it,
and they white.
Yeah, fact. But I mean, I get a lot of real shit from black folks too.
Yeah.
But like the anxiety comes from, it's almost like, damn, like I can't help but keep it real. In a lot of ways, I would rather not. I would totally love to be this fake ass. You know what I'm saying? Like
I wish I could.
Like fully packaged, like, hey, so if you want to get traffic on, and here's SEO tips to, like, I would love to be that guy.
Right.
But I'm sorry, fam, it's too much fuckery out here. And I'm gonna give you that SEO game, and I got marketing tips out the ass, and I got all that for you. But you gonna get some of this real shit, because I'm sorry, fam, it's just too much shit happening right now. So
yeah, you right. It is that curse, because I wish I could be that dude that does that, right? I envy those people. I'm like, man, I wish I could do that. But you know, the way y'all built, this shit gotta be said, my nigga. Because if I don't say it, y'all too pussy to say it.
Yep. And even me, like, bro, like I dumb a lot of it down, which is why, side note,
right?
I dumb a lot of it down, and I a lot of it's watered down, and I tweet a lot of or type a lot of shit and delete it or just keep it in the drafts. But this is why I'm kind of building another platform where like folks who rock with me, they can, you know what I'm saying, like, one, get some emails of my real thoughts, raw, uncut, full long form, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit, like a lot more just real exclusive content, because one, I don't want the anxiety of dealing with the negativity of, you know what I'm saying? Like if you sign up for this, you're signed up because you want to hear my thoughts and you fuck with what I'm saying, and I can be comfortable sharing it with y'all because like you know how I'm rocking, and you're signing up because you want more of this real shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to sign up, StefanGrant.co/enter, like literally
The
made
link
that
is in
landing
the,
page
the
before.
link is in the description box below for ease. Y'all can go ahead and hit that link. And Sketch Therapy, shout out to my mod, Sketch Therapy, Hotep Dutch. He's been tweeting it throughout. Yeah, flew in. Yeah.
Like StefanGrant.co/enter, rock with me, because like I'm trying to get off
/
this
email.
you know what I'm saying? And like, because it's like, yeah, it's so toxic. It definitely gives me a lot of anxiety. And keep it real with you, I'm tired of, this is gonna sound super elitist, but I'm tired of like throwing pearls amongst swine. You know what I'm saying? And like Twitter really is that. It's like I'm giving away a lot of my real thoughts and real ideas. I've made people so much money just giving away a lot of free, and I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, it's like, man, like this platform isn't even worth it, especially when like you can get banned for anything. Like you could put out a factual article and be one of the most tenured media publications and still have your shit shut down. Like what they gonna do to little old me? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, like, nah. So like I didn't gave them so much data, time, built, like, nah, fam. Like I need to take that and build my own thing with it. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to rock with me, StefanGrant.co/enter. Yo, we're gonna be discussing real estate, politics.
Oh yeah, we not
marketing,
done.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. So yeah,
I think it's /email.
No, well, so like that, that's the first one. But I just made dash enter like really for this. You know what I'm saying? Because like my email, like that link is like just general. You want to learn about marketing, whatever. But this new one is like, you know, like you're signing up for this and you're part of this tribe, and you're all like all you're always talking about is just like you can only get access by joining this whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Okay, so that's something separate. Take a note of that, Sketch Therapy, StefanGrant.co /enter. Okay, great. I'm glad you noted that difference. North Star Bright 499 super chat. Thank you. He said, shout out to the distinguished guest and to you, Hotep Jesus. I'm younger than you both, and it's great to hear level-headed fellow black men talking facts. Shout out to the youth, man. We do all this for y'all. You know, a lot of the stuff I say, I ain't trying to like give game to the old folks. The game is, I'm hoping the children is watching. I hope the next generation is watching, because that's really who really needs this. Yep. You know what killed me too was surrounding COVID. We had Dr. Stella Emanuel. You familiar with her?
Not.
So what they did, they called them Trump's doctors, and Breitbart covered this, and I forget whether Media Cave. I don't want to say it was Breitbart exclusively because it wasn't, but they were the main outlet there. And it was a bunch of doctors that came out and they were speaking about the drug. I don't want to say the name here because the AI is watching, but they're talking about their experiences using this drug to treat people who have the so-called virus. And those people have been not I wouldn't say deplatformed. Stella Emanuel got suspended. Her account wasn't deleted, but she was suspended for a few days. Vimeo removed their video. YouTube removed their video. And it seems like a complete control of information. And when people say, hey, you know, protect black women, listen to black women, I'm like, is Dr. Stella Emanuel, this African woman, not eligible to be included in that?
No. You listen to black women who fall in line with what the fuck we tell them to say. Those are the black women you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Period. If it's an independent thinking black woman, she's crazy. She's a pick-me. She's a Hotep. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't listen to her. Listen to these officially sanctioned and approved negresses. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like that's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be, you know, approved and whatnot. All right, so let's shift gears. Let's talk business, because this is the enriching part of the podcast.
I low key, and I don't even want to cut, but my wifey's birthday is tomorrow.
Okay.
So I got to make sure I do a couple things for her before you know what I'm saying, before the night's over. But let's get into the business. I want to discuss that as well.
So you want to just wrap this up in about 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's lock this down. You said what?
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, let's do it real fast. So real estate, top 3 tips you can give people how to get into real estate, what type of real estate they should get into.
Man, first thing I would say is, if possible, especially for the young people, young women, young men, stack your bread, and you should be thinking about getting a multifamily property. Even if you can only get a single family, you're young. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, live in one room, rent out the others, live for free, stack your bread. You can use the FHA loan, put 3.5% down. You could like, your credit doesn't even have to be great. You can make money that way. But I would ideally try to get a triplex or a quadplex if possible. And what you really want to do is, like, you want to kind of go down. So you get a quadplex, that's 4 units, then get a 3 unit for your next. So I live in one property for a year, and the next year 3 unit, next year duplex, and the last house you get is your single family, because at that point you've got a bunch of units, a bunch of cash flow, and now you can actually buy your like dream crib, live in it, and not have to worry about a bunch of bills because you got cash flow and property. So I would definitely recommend that.
So hold on. My question is, I used to be in mortgages, and you know, I understand laws are different in different states, but back when I sold mortgages, they wouldn't even let you go straight to, you had to first purchase a single family home, or they wouldn't give you a mortgage or a loan to purchase a multifamily.
Well, now the game is different. Now you can start the game with a multifamily, and it's a blessing. Yeah, man.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and that process, they call it house hacking. But that's really what it is, man. Like, what you want to do, first of all, real estate is the #1 wealth generator in history. So I mean, like, that's the first thing. But you want to make sure that you own a property, because you can get money not just from cash flow, but also from equity. And the #1 goal really with real estate, with anything in general, is financial freedom and being able to live your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't leave a Twitter account behind, but you can leave a crib behind. You can leave some properties behind. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about, man.
As far as marketing is concerned, I guess the question is, how can people generate some immediate cash flow? You got a lot of kids out here that, you know, working some jobs, and they want to know, how can I immediately get some cash flow? You know, what can they do to start marketing to get some cash flow, some money in their pocket?
Damn. See, the thing about it is, man, like, everybody wants a get rich quick type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, bro, if you wanna get some quick marketing money, man, you need to go holler at Cutco, sell some knives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I think a lot of the way that we even make money is like we've been able to build social presences and build brands and monetize those brands. And I think the most important thing is, you've got to build a brand, whether it be your personal brand or your business's brand. You know what I'm saying? And once you build a brand and you've got that KLT, people know, like, and trust you, then you can sell to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've been able to, like, bro, like, I've got design clients. I got a real estate client just got pre-approved today, but I haven't done real estate marketing, like manual marketing, in forever. And I just got deals coming in, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you got to build that brand, build that marketing funnel, that system. And that's how you get money coming in. But thinking you're going to do it tomorrow because you didn't saw a YouTube pre-roll ad and some dude in front of a Lambo or whatever, like, no, that's not going to happen for you, my G. Like, relax. You got to, like you need long-term coaching and consulting, and you need to holler at folks like myself, or my guy Brian, my guy Ali, and like, get the real game, bro. Because like, it's like, this isn't some overnight get rich quick. Like you gotta experiment for 5-10 years to be an overnight success, to figure out what buttons to press, to figure out what works. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But,
so what kind of services can people hire you for when they come to you? You know, what exactly is it they can get from you?
Man, I do business consulting, marketing consulting, brand building. We do logo design, website design, flyers, graphics, from everything from movie posters to brochures. We do all that.
I like the polymath designs.
Yeah. So like, so this shirt right here is actually a very simple design. It's just the price just went up. But we have like actual designs. I'm actually about to come up with a new series, I'm saying, the next couple of days. But like, so clothing, if you got some shirts you need made, we do that. We can print them, ship them, the whole nine. So like, full, like, yo, Jamaican, mad jobs, mad services. Yeah, we got full service.
Must have tree job. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go ahead, get out of here. I'm gonna close out the show. Happy birthday to the wifey. Great conversation. There's some quotables in here. I'm gonna go snip some of those and send them out to the timeline so people can get in tune. But thank you for coming through, man.
Bro, look, man, first of all, what I was gonna say, just off of just me personally, you're gonna need a part 2. That's the first thing.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm fairly sure that the people who rock with us, you're following and my part, they're gonna want a part 2 anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But look, yo, brother, I appreciate you. This was a great conversation. I don't get to have convos like this very often, but it was refreshing. And this is the first Zoom call I've been on where I felt energized and not drained like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I would say one of them, you know what I'm saying? So
Word up, word up. Yo, blessings on top of blessings, my brother. Go ahead, get out of here, take care of wife before she cut you up.
Yo, much love to the Hotep Nation. If you want to rock on my new platform, it's called The Forum, stefangrant.co/enter. Enter the forum, rock with us, man. It was all love, man. Peace. Hotep.
Hotep. Y'all, that was Stefan Grant. Pioneer out here in these streets, man. Pioneer out here in these internet streets. You know what's funny is I know a lot of I know when somebody's a good person by certain actions. And I was in Miami. I was staying at a hotel in Hollywood in Florida, which is not too far from Miami, and it's just quieter. And I think it was called the Presidential. I'm boasting here. I had the Ocean View Suite. But anyway, he was like, "Yo, you down here in Florida? I'm gonna come check you." And dude pulled up on me, man. He pulled up at the hotel. You know, I came down barefoot in the lobby because I don't wear shoes. And we just sat there and we were just kicking it, man. And he had the fam in the car. And I'm like, damn, like, dude really took time out to come kick it with me for a few minutes, you know? And that's when I knew the love was genuine. When I hit Rogan, he was one of the few people that texted me and said, "Yo, I'm so happy for you." When the Fox News shit hit, he texted me. Said, "I'm so happy for you." Been a very genuine person to me. I genuinely think you guys should go follow him. Glue in stefangrant.co, stefangrant.co/enter, and get into it with him. He's big into real estate. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to wifey tonight. We about to just go make that fourplex happen ASAP. You know, we need to make that happen. I need that cash flow. I think the main thing that I'm gonna do when I do it is I'm gonna hire a property management company, because I ain't dealing with tenants, I ain't dealing with problems, and I don't care what the fee is. You know, I'll take a hit in cash flow as long as it promises me peace of mind, and they handle tenants, getting tenants in and out. But yeah, Stefan Grant, great conversation. You know, these conversations are therapeutic to me, especially when I get to talk to my fellow Black men. They're very therapeutic because I get stuff off my chest. They get to get stuff off their chest, and I feel less crazy. But once again, this has been a sharp conversation with Hotep Jesus. We are on Apple. We are on Spotify. If you're listening on one of those platforms, please leave me a 5-star review. Say some good things about me, and subscribe and share it with friends. We have to get the message out there, and disseminate the information. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Brody McFarland, Sketch Therapy, Hotep Dutch, Raider. I got to shout out Chad, even though he's here. I know I'm going to go check out his interview. I think he's live right now. I'm going to go and try and hop in on that interview to send him a super chat to show him some support. I appreciate y'all tuning in and showing love. And as always, I love y'all, man. Hotep.